Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello everyone and welcome back to Gardening with Ben. Well, it's Thursday, it's absolutely freezing, but we're back here for another podcast today. And has it been cold this morning. I saw the weather forecast yesterday on my phone that it'd say it'd start snowing around midday. So I thought I need to get to the allotment nice and early so that I can get my timing down there and get cracking with the work that needs doing. And it is a good job I did. Not because it was absolutely freezing, but we managed to get lots and lots of work done down at the allotment today, and I'm quite impressed with how much we actually did get done down on the allotments. To say how cold it was, and I couldn't feel my toes by the end of the time down at the plot. I accomplished quite a lot, to be honest, because I'm getting to completion of all my beds, and that is what I'm planning for by the end of February, and hopefully tomorrow I will have got all my beds dug over. So we'll have to see what the weather's like tomorrow, but if it's absolutely chucking it down, if it's snowing, I won't be on the plot, I will be in my shed and greenhouse doing stuff in there. But yeah, I was quite impressed with how much we've managed to get done, because it did start snowing in Sheffield around 11 o'clock and the sky looked full, if that's an expression you've heard before, when it looks like it is going to absolutely chuck it down with snow. And it didn't, and it did, but I had enough at the allotment. I'd spent 3 hours down there. I got down there for about 8 o'clock this morning, and I went live on my Facebook, so if you want to watch that, feel free to check out my Facebook page, Gardening with Ben, and you can see my live where I do a tour of my plot and show you how well things are getting on and how badly things are getting on. But yeah, I got quite a lot done, and I was quite impressed that I got as much done as I did, because like I said, it was absolutely freezing. I could not feel my feet. By the time I'd finished doing my live, so when I first got on my plot, my fingers had gone numb, and I just didn't want to be there at all today. And sometimes you get them feelings when you're down at the allotment. You feel like you don't want to do anything, but you've just got to push yourself and motivate yourself to get in there and get doing some stuff. So we've got that done. So over the next few days, hopefully, I'm going to get that area finished at the top, which is an absolute tip of an area. I've not really grown in it before, and I'm looking to grow in it next year, because it does get the sun on that area, and I'm hoping to have my sweet corn in that area this year. So I'll have to see about doing that. But then I need to go and get these hydrangeas tomorrow. I've looked at where I'm going to put them on my plot, and I'm going to get 4 by the thinking of it for this area. I'm looking at putting them at the front of my plot on my entrance to give my shed a bit of shield protection really from the wind when it does get windy. And yeah, they'll look nice at the front of my plot, add a bit of colour and bush out and look good really, and hopefully make it attractive. And yeah, I've always wanted hydrangeas on my plot. I don't know why, I don't know what I like about them, but we used to have them in my old house, and it was something that always looked beautiful, and they always grew every single year. As long as you looked after them, you got beautiful flowers on them, and they're easy to grow as well. So nothing beats easy to grow, and like I say, I want to keep getting stuff on it what will come back every single year. So that's my plan. So we'll have to see how well we get on with doing that. and if we manage to get them in the morning, that's the plan, to go across to the supermarket and get them in the morning. So I may be planting them tomorrow, so you'll have to stay tuned on my Instagram to see if you can see a picture of them and what they look like, because they're only like £4 each, only small ones, but they do grow fast and they do look healthy, which is a bonus. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting those. And just remember, if you do buy red or blue ones, they do change colour depending on the soil quality. If it's acid, they'll turn red. If it's alkali, they'll turn blue. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some of those in. And I need to look at getting some other stuff really for my plot. I am spending quite a lot of money on flowers and stuff this year. That is the plan, to add a lot more colour to the plot and get some better displays really, make it look more attractive, and it all seems to be going to plan so far. I was looking at my heather this morning at the front of my plot, and wow, it does look absolutely beautiful. And these were what I bought really cheap at B&Q. They sell stuff off every so often, and I was just lucky enough to go in, and I think I bought this heather for 50p a pot, and I bought about 4, and they look absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I'm pleased with them purchases. Sometimes you can land on really good bargains in the supermarkets, so I keep popping in every single day just to look for bargains and see what I can come out with. So it's always worth off. If you drive past a B&Q every day, just pop in every single day and see if they've got anything in the reduced items, because sometimes they're decent plants, but the reason why they're getting rid of them is because they're getting the same variety coming in on the next delivery, and they've not got room for them, so they get rid of the old stock to get the new stock in. So yeah, always keep your eyes peeled in the reduced section in B&Q, because I live in it. And if you've seen all my houseplants that I've purchased over the past few months from B&Q, you will know why I absolutely love it. But that's the plan anyway. We're getting there slowly with my plot, and all my spring bulbs are going to come out this year. They're going to look beautiful and fantastic, but I do want to get some perennials down the sides of my borders. That's the aim for this year. I've got my gladioli corns put in. I'm going to get some more of those. I want to get some more in of those because they do come up fantastic every single year. So I want to get some more gladioli corns, so they may be on my list tomorrow as well. So it's going to be a pretty old, busy day down at the plot tomorrow. Hopefully we managed to get all this done, and hopefully the weather is decent, because I do want to get all this cracking along and getting it moving. And I just can't wait for the colour what's going to be looking in my plot this year. Like I said, I am working so hard for the bees this year to get that food for them, to help them come to my plot and help use their magic really and pollinate all my fruit, because the more bees that come to your plot, the more they will pollinate your fruit and you will get good crops from them. And that's what I keep saying anyway. And last year I got a bumper crop of fruit, and I had a lot of flowers, but I didn't have millions. But this year it's going to be absolutely jam-packed with flowers, my plot, and the bees are going to be in heaven coming to my plot. They'll be ignoring all the other plots, and they'll be thinking, we must go to gardening with Ben's plot and enjoy all that nectar down his plot, what he has planted especially for us. So yeah, there is going to be a lot of work done tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be at the plot on Saturday yet, because it is payday tomorrow, and I will be going out for a few beverages. Thankfully I never show any live footage when I'm out drinking. That's only for the additional fans. Only joking. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow night's going to be a nice night, because I deserve a good night out every so often. Sometimes I don't go out much, and yeah, like I say, I've been struggling over these past couple of years, and it's good to get out and enjoy myself every so often. And as well as being at the allotment, I do enjoy going out and enjoying myself every so often. Yeah, so If you've not checked out my other podcast, what I do, called Gardening and Allotment Tips, go and have a look for that. It's on most podcast platforms, or there's a link in the description below. Yesterday we talked about cucamelons, and today I might talk about melons on there. Different varieties of melons you can grow in the UK. So yeah, I'm looking at growing melons again this year. That's on my to-do list. So head over, make sure you click that subscribe button on that podcast channel as well. There's quite a lot of subscribers on that one. They seem to be enjoying it, which is good. So I've got 2 podcast channels, this one and the other one. And yeah, hopefully they'll both take off pretty well this year and do as good as this one. So thank you for those that have subscribed to this one. If you've not subscribed, click that subscribe link and you will get notified when new podcasts come up, and you can listen to them straight away, or you can listen to them in the morning on the way to work, or whenever you fancy. So until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep gardening, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben's podcasts. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel, to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.